God's silent lesson. It was a bright, sunny day in one of Europe's most iconic cities. The streets buzzed with tourists, all drawn to the grandeur of the royal palace. Among them was Alex, a young solo traveller on a once-in-a-lifetime trip. The palace's towering walls and golden accents gleamed like a fairy tale come to life. Alex had spent the morning wandering cobblestone streets, snapping photos of fountains and charming alleys. But nothing captivated them more than the royal guards, stoic figures in sharp uniforms, tall hats, and polished boots, standing motionless like statues. These guards symbolized the palace's history, strength, and authority. Their unyielding posture and blank stares made them seem superhuman. As Alex watched one guard by the palace gate, a mischievous thought bubbled up. What if I tested his composure? It started as a harmless idea, a fun challenge to see if the guard would flinch. Many tourists might have entertained similar notions, but Alex acted on it. Clutching a warm cup of tea from a nearby cafe, Alex glanced around. No one was paying attention. Heart racing with excitement, they flung a splash toward the guard. Time slowed as the tea arced through the air, splattering across his uniform. The crowd gasped. Alex's pulse pounded. What have I done? They expected anger, a shout, or at least a glare, but the guard remained frozen, eyes fixed ahead, as if nothing had happened. Whispers rippled through the onlookers. Some chuckled nervously. Others looked shocked. Alex stood frozen, a mix of fear and fascination washing over them. The guard's stillness was unnerving. Had he even noticed? Minutes ticked by in tense silence. Alex felt embarrassment creep in. What seemed like a playful prank now felt awkward and foolish. Then, without shifting his gaze or posture, the guard slowly raised a hand. The crowd hushed. Alex's stomach knotted. Is he calling security? But no, he pulled a small cloth from his belt and methodically wiped the tea away, calm as ever. No scowl, no words, just quiet efficiency. The guard resumed his stance, uniform pristine again. Alex exhaled, relief mingling with confusion. The crowd relaxed, murmuring in awe. This wasn't the dramatic reaction Alex had imagined. It was something profound, a display of unbreakable composure. The prank had backfired. Not in chaos, but in a silent lesson. Alex felt a pang of guilt and growing respect. The guard hadn't just ignored the distraction, he'd mastered it. As the crowd dispersed, Alex lingered, processing the moment. They had expected confrontation, but witnessed patience and professionalism instead. The guard's lack of reaction spoke volumes. True strength lay in control, not outburst. Just as Alex turned to leave, a voice called out. An older local woman with a kind face approached. "You're new here, aren't you?" she said with a warm smile. Alex nodded, sheepish. "Yes, I didn't mean any harm. I was just being silly." The woman chuckled. "Ah, that's common. But you don't understand yet. These guards aren't just statues. They're trained to withstand anything. Noise, weather, provocations. It's not about ignoring. It's about focus and self-mastery." Intrigued, Alex listened as she explained. Guards underwent rigorous training from a young age. Learning to control body and mind. Standing for hours, they shut out distractions, embodying the palace's unshakable legacy. "So he wasn't bothered?" Alex asked. "Not at all," she replied. "His duty is bigger than any prank. He protects with honor, unfazed by the world." Alex's perspective shifted. What once seemed rigid now appeared as an art form, discipline as inner peace. Grateful for the insight, Alex thanked her and wandered to a nearby cafe in the palace gardens. Spotting the woman again, reading a newspaper, Alex joined her at her invitation. "You're still thinking about it?" she observed. Alex admitted, "I am. How do they stay so calm?" She folded her paper. It's mental training. They learn to prioritize duty over emotion. Imagine ignoring everything irrelevant. That's their power. They don't seek praise. Their strength is silent but profound. As they talked, Alex reflected on their own life, how often small annoyances disrupted their peace. The guard's example highlighted choosing responses wisely. The conversation deepened Alex's admiration. The guards weren't mere symbols, they were exemplars of resilience. Walking away, Alex felt humbled. The prank, meant for laughs, had sparked personal growth. They now saw chaos as controllable, responses as choices. The world felt less overwhelming. But guilt lingered. Alex hadn't considered the disrespect, the guards' effort to maintain dignity amid crowds. Returning to the courtyard, they spotted him still at post. Heart pounding, Alex approached. "Excuse me," they said shakily. The guard didn't move, but Alex continued. "I'm sorry for throwing the tea. It was thoughtless. I didn't realize the strength in your role. I admire your composure. I've learned from you." Silence, then a subtle nod, just enough to acknowledge. No words. No drama, but it conveyed acceptance. Alex felt relief wash over them. The guard's quiet grace reinforced the lesson. Humility and restraint were powerful. As the sun dipped, casting golden hues over the palace, Alex walked the grounds, mind buzzing. The incident had transformed from mischief to enlightenment. They pondered applying this composure daily, staying grounded amid life's unpredictables. The next morning, Alex awoke refreshed, the city seeming calmer. Reflecting on the prank's fallout, not punishment but insight, they felt purposeful. Travel wasn't just sights, it was growth. Strolling streets, Alex noticed details anew. Light through trees, children's laughter, everyday harmony. Like the guard, they could choose focus over distraction. Visiting a historic church, Alex sat in quiet reflection. The guard's stillness inspired mindfulness. Challenges weren't to be avoided but met with calm. As sunset glowed, Alex felt at peace. Carrying the lesson forward. True strength was internal, responses deliberate. Leaving the city, Alex glanced back at the palace. The guard's silent nod lingered, a reminder of karma's gentle hit. Not revenge, but revelation. What began as a joke ended in wisdom, forever changing how Alex faced the world.